This is a full Unity game built in just 2 hours.
Alright, 2 hours has started.
I'm coding Hamster, and this was my first ever 2D game in Unity. Originally, I tried to build a 3D game.
Player, our main camera, let's move the side player. I don't know why I'm rushing so much. I don't have high hopes for this. I should have gone for something a little bit not 3D. That would have made a little bit more sense, but it's fine.
But within the first 15 minutes, I realized that was way too big of a scope for this 2-hour project. So I quickly scrapped that idea and moved on.
I like this idea. Top-down collect game. Player collects objects. Score goes up. I like that. Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
So I quickly pivoted to a top-down 2D collector game, still complete, still playable, and still challenging.
Time to point out, I have never made a 2D game in Unity, so this will be a blast. I actually haven't even touched the 2D game engine, so we'll see.
Before writing any code, I had to define some important things. What do I consider a real game? For me, it's not just a moving shape on the screen. A game needs a goal, it needs feedback, it needs challenge, and it needs a way to win and start over. So I set rules. This game would have collectibles, this game would track your score, this game was going to have sound effects, a win condition, and a restart menu. That's everything I believed that needed to be in what I would consider a full game. So even though it's simple, just shapes, text, and a blue background, it's still a full game in my eyes. It has a UI, sound effects, a goal, and challenge. That's the game I asked ChatGPT to help me build in just 2 hours. Once the idea was locked, I used ChatGPT to generate starter scripts and explain how everything connected. This made Unity way less overwhelming. Instead of guessing, I could actually understand what was happening. Pretty quickly, the player could move.
I'm trying to rush. I've never used the 2D. Oh, look at that! Look at that! We got movement.
Collect items, and increase their score. Even though it's simple visually, it started to feel like a real game. Of course, it didn't go perfectly. I hit bugs.
Looks like it opened up with some errors, so we may have some issues. That's wonderful. I loaded up the app and I've already got issues.
Stuff broke.
So let's while that's loading up. Okay, while that's not loading up, why did it go away? Okay, well I got the screen again. Don't know why it falls like that, but whatever. Collectible is not defined.
I got frustrated, and I hate to admit it, but I may have gotten a little bit mad at ChatGPT along the way.
Hey, but I copied that, bro. You can't blame that on me.
Earlier in the stream, I joked that spelling isn't really my strong suit, which it's not.
Also, if you're new here, I misspell everything, and it happens a lot. I'm a programmer. That is not a good thing to happen. Anyway.
And Unity took that as a challenge.
Sound.
The entire game stopped working because I misspelled the word public. Nothing ran because I spelled it public. One missing letter, one broken game. After that fix, everything came together. We've got collectibles, score tracking, sound effects, win condition, restart menu, all running inside Unity 6, all built in 2 hours. Simple shapes, text, and blue background, but still a fully playable
game. I don't think there's gonna be much more we can do other than just one final play test to make sure everything's working properly. Oops. I guess we could update the movement speed too. See? Let's go. Alright, I'm gonna say that's a wrap. That's a game. Yeah, I'm not sure there's gonna be much else we can do in 2 minutes. So, let's do what ChatGPT says. It says, take some screenshots.
ChatGPT didn't magically make this game for me, but for beginners, it removes friction, and that changes everything. You think, you still debug, you still challenge yourself, you just move forward faster.
ChatGPT came in clutch, but also kind of sucked and screwed me over at times. But I guess it knows now. Just to recap, we got our player file. We got a few scripts. We've got a collector script, a player controller, and a restart game. We did not end up using the new input system, which I don't complain about because the new input system seems kind of stupid for 2D game development. I don't think you'd ever need it.
If you're learning Unity or game development, please subscribe. I'm pushing this challenge further and building more games like this, and I'm not a complete noob. I have 5 years of web programming experience. This is just my first experience with 2D and 3D game development within Unity, but I want you guys to be here along the way, so subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you guys next time.
Restart. Oh, you got off the screen now. That's a little weird. That's all I got. That's a wrap. I don't think that was too bad for a first attempt. I've never done any sort of sprints or anything on game devs. This is, like I said, this is my first time touching 2D game development in Unity, so I don't think I did too bad.